Good morning, students. So, today I am going to take a chapter metallurgy as according to the new reduced syllabus. The topics that I have to take from the chapter metallurgy is first extraction of metals based on the activity series, secondly extraction of aluminium, and third uses of metals, alloys. Okay. Now students, we will read the chapter metallurgy and the topic is extraction of metals based on the activity series. That is your 7C. The first topic that is in the book is occurrence of metals. Now boys, metals they are found in two states. That is one free state and a combined state. Free state means the metals which are not attacked by the moisture, carbon dioxide of air or the oxygen and any other non-metal. They are found to be in the free state. For example, gold and platinum, right? Then the metals which are quite reactive and they react with the carbon dioxide, oxygen, moisture and the various non-metals like sulfur or the halogens, they are said to be the metals found in the combined state. For example, sodium, potassium, they are mainly occur as their chlorides, calcium and magnesium as carbonates, aluminium as its oxide, zinc, lead, copper, mercury and silver, they are found as sulfides. Now we will learn the common terms which are used in this chapter, extraction. So first we are going to learn about the metallurgy. What is metallurgy? Metallurgy, it is a process which is used for the extraction of metals in their pure form from the ore. Now the question arises, what do you mean by ores? Ores. Ores are what? The minerals from which metals are extracted commercially at the low cost with the minimum efforts. So that is termed as ores. Now we will learn what are minerals. Okay. So now I am going to explain you the topic minerals. What are the minerals? The natural occurring compounds of metals which are found in the earth's crust mixed with the other matter like earthly impurities such as soil, sand and rocks. So what are they termed as? They are termed as minerals. After that, the next topic, the next term in the extraction, it is a gangue. Gangue is also known as matrix. What do you mean by matrix? The earthly impurities like soil, sand, rock, silica, mud and etc. which are being associated with the ore, they are called as a gangue. Gangue or the matrix. Now, we will learn the next two terms, that is the flux and slag. So, what is flux? A flux is a substance that is added to the charge in a furnace to remove the gangue. Then what is slag? It is a fusible product which is formed when the flux reacts with the impurities during the extraction of metals. For example, now see, gangue. Silica, it reacts with the flux, that is the calcium carbonate, so as to form the slag. Okay. So now the last term that we will be taking in this chapter, that is a smelting. So what is smelting? It is a process of producing the roasted ore and then removing the gangue with the help of an appropriate flux added with the ore. So what it do? It reduces the oxide ore to the metals in the molten condition. Right? Students, we will learn the steps involved in the extraction of metal from its ores. Students, extraction of a metal from its ore consists of number of the processes. The first process is crushing and grinding. In this process, students, ores are crushed into a fine powder in a big jar crushers and ball mills, and this process is called as a pulverization. After that, students, the next process is termed as dressing of the ore or the concentration of ore. Students, in this method, it is used for separating the gangue from the desired ore. So this method is also termed as ore dressing or concentration of ores. Students, now we will learn the methods of ore dressing or the concentration of ores. Now, the method of ore dressing, they are classified into the two parts, that is the physical methods and chemical methods. Now, the hydrolytic or gravity separation, magnetic separation and froth flotation. These three methods, they come under the category of physical methods, whereas leaching, it is a chemical method. Okay? So students, now we will learn the concentration of ore, that is the dressing of the ore by hydrolytic method. Now on which principle it works? It works on the principle the difference in the density, right? It is the basis of separating of gangue from the ore particles. So what is the procedure for this? When the crushed ore is poured and suspended in water on a sloping wooden table, the heavier mineral is retained on the corrugated board while the lighter gangue is washed away by the turbulent stream of the water. Now next we will learn the magnetic separation method. So boys, this method is employed to concentrate an ore which contains the metal like the iron. So what is the principle? Magnetic properties of the ore. So what is the procedure for this? The crushed ore is placed over a conveyor belt which rotates around the two metal wheels, out of which one wheel will be the magnetic. The magnetic particles, they get attracted to the magnetic wheel and fall separately apart from the non-magnetic particles. Now we will learn about the froth flotation method. So students, in this method, it is employed to concentrate the sulfide ores. So what is the principle of this method? It works that this process depends on the preferential wettability of the ore with the oil can the pine oil and the gangue particles by the water. So what is the procedure followed for this, students? In this technique, the crushed and powder ore is taken in a big tank and sufficient quantity of water and foaming agent are added to it. When the compressed air is passed through the mixture, it is agitated and froth is formed. The particles of the mineral, they stick to the froth and rise up to the surface and overflow. The concentrated ore is collected in another tank and the gangue remains in the original tank. So the next method, that is the chemical method or the leaching. Students, in this, the ore is treated with a suitable reagent. The reagent may be an acid, base or some other reagent such that the ore is soluble in it. The ore is soluble in it, but the impurities are not, and the impurities are removed by the filtration. The solution of the ore, that is the filtrate, is treated with the suitable reagent which precipitate the ore. Now we will learn the next step of the conversion of the concentrated ore into a metal oxide. Students, reduction of a metal oxide into metal is easier than the reduction of metal carbonate or a metal sulfide. So therefore, ore is first converted into metal oxide so as to facilitate its reduction. So what are the methods employed for the conversion of the concentrated ore into a metal oxide? The two methods are employed. First is roasting and another is a calcination. Students, in roasting, what is the process over here? In roasting, it is a process of heating of ore in the presence of air, and all the sulfide ores, they are being roasted. And what is in the calcination? It is also heating of the concentrated ore in the absence of air, and all the carbonates, they are calcinated. Students, now we will learn the reduction of metal oxides. So this is the next step, the reduction of metal oxides. Students, the roasted metal oxide is reduced by using the reducing agents like carbon, carbon monoxide or hydrogen. Right. Now the reduction, it can be explained on the basis of the activity series. Right. The reduction of the metals which are high up in the activity series means oxides of highly active metals like potassium, sodium, calcium, magnesium and aluminium. They have a greater affinity towards the oxygen, so they cannot be reduced by the carbon or carbon monoxide or hydrogen. So these metals, they can be obtained by electrolytic reduction of fused metallic salts. Okay, the next is reduction of the metals in the middle, which are present in the middle of activity series. Right, so like you can say iron, zinc, lead, copper. So these are moderately reactive. These are usually present as a sulfides or the carbonate. Sulfide ores are converted into the oxides by heating in excess of air, and the process is called roasting. That is zinc blend. It is heated in the presence of air so as to form zinc oxide and sulfur dioxide. Then the carbonate ores, they are converted into the oxides by heating in the limited supply of air, and the process is called calcination. That is zinc carbonate. It is treated or heated in the absence of the air so as to form zinc oxide plus carbon dioxide. Now students, we will learn the metal oxides are reduced by using the reducing agents. So the first we will learn the metals which can be reduced by using coke, that is a carbon. Students, the process of the reduction of the metal oxides by the coke to get a metal, that process is called smelting. And the metals which can be reduced by this method are zinc, lead, iron and copper. So students, now we will learn that is the reduction by using reducing agents, carbon monoxide or by hydrogen. Students, carbon monoxide and hydrogen, both they can be used for the reduction of the metals iron, lead and copper. But we have also studied that iron, lead and copper and zinc, these metals, metal oxides can be also reduced to their metals by using the carbon. So make it sure students that zinc oxide is not reduced by carbon monoxide and hydrogen. Zinc oxide is only reduced by the carbon, whereas iron oxide, lead oxide and copper oxide, they can be reduced by using the reducing agents carbon monoxide, hydrogen and carbon. Okay, now we are going to learn the next metals which are low in the activity series. So students, now we can say we are going to learn about the reduction of the metals which are low in the activity series. Now the students, the metals which are low in the activity series, they are very less reactive. So the oxides of these metals, they can be reduced to the metals by heating only. Now the metal oxides which are reduced by the heating, they are mercury and silver. Now for example, in the extraction of mercury from a cinnabar, the ore is heated in the current of the air so as to form the mercuric oxide. This mercuric oxide form, it further decomposes to give the vapors of mercury which are condensed. Students, copper which is found as a copper sulfide in nature can also be obtained from its ore by just heating in the air. One more thing, the less active mercury, it can also be obtained by simply heating its sulfide in the air. Students, silver and gold, they can be obtained by displacement from the solutions which are containing their ions by the more electropositive metal zinc, the reaction I have given. Students, so our next topic is the refining of the metals, or we can call it as a purification of the metals. Students, the metal which is extracted from their ores, they contain one or more of the following impurities like other metals or the oxides, some non-metals or unreduced oxides and sulfides. In order to remove all these impurities, the metal then it undergoes the process of the purification. Right, so now the methods of the purification use, it depends on the following factors, that is nature of the metal, nature of the impurities present, and the purpose for which the metal to be used. So what are the various methods? The first method is a distillation method. Student, metals like mercury and zinc, which are volatile, they distill over in pure form and the non-volatile impurity remains behind. The next method is liquation method, right? Liquation. This is a liquation method. The metals like lead and tin, which are having low melting points, so they are heated on the sloping hearth of a furnace, and the molten or the fused metal, it flows away, leaving behind the impurities. And after that, boys, we are having the next method, that is our oxidation method. Right? So boys, for this we are having an example of a metal like iron, which contains volatile impurities and it can be easily oxidized and are purified by this method. The volatile oxides of phosphorus, sulfur and other impurities rise to the surface and are removed, while the molten metal, it is left behind. The next last method is electro-refining method. Students, in this, the impure metal is made as an anode. Impure metal, it is made as an anode, and the sheet of the pure metal, it is made as a cathode. This cathode. Okay. Now, the electrolyte used is a salt solution. This electrolyte, it is a salt solution of metal which is to be refined. The pure metal, it deposits at the cathode. The pure metal deposits at the cathode, and the impurities, they settle down and named as a anode muds. This you can see, boys. So the metals like copper, aluminium and zinc, they are refined by this process. So students, now our next video, in my next video, I will be explaining you the extraction of the aluminium.